Hey, what's up, people? It is OGC here with OGC because it's OGC. We're keeping it OGC today. So, today we are going to be looking at last night's Clash of Fate Battle Royale. You can see all of my replays. That stuff will be going on. No, on this side. I finally remembered, I think. So, up here you can watch. I'm just going to have the whole hour long thing play. You can check it out. And what we're going to do today is we're going to figure out who the winners of the Linari giveaway are, and we are also going to answer as many questions as I can get through that are on the YouTube channel. So, yep, right up, yeah, right up there. You can watch me beat everyone. And for the Linari giveaway, I really don't like to pick winners. I'm not very good at that. So I have a very special guest today, part of the OG family, and they are going to select the winners for us. So, OGC, come on in.
Hi everyone.
So this is, but what's your username?
My username, I don't have a username. You can call me Nemo.
OGC's very own Nemo is here, and she is going to take the control seat and pick two winners. I'll do one more at the end. So right now she's going to pick two winners. Each one's for a $10 gift card. You have to let me know if it's the Apple Store or if you get the Android Google Play or whatever it's called. So pick any two
Wow.
questions.
All right. So this is my first time. Thanks for having me. This was not an easy decision. I really enjoyed going through and reading all of them. Some of y'all have a really funny sense of humor. So the first one that caught my attention, we all know winter is coming, and Game of Thrones just kicked off its newest season. But the first winner is going to be Mo, who his question is, which Game of Thrones character will survive at the end? That's a period. There's no question mark at the end, but we know it's a question.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, what do you think?
What do I think? I've never seen Game of Thrones. Not a single episode, nor have I read the books. So I think it's going to be Arya and the dude that she's banging. If she's banging a dude, they're
Oh,
going to live. Who
I
who do you think's going to do it? And
I don't
Jon Snow.
know. Oh, Jon Snow. I don't know.
Is he still alive?
Truth be told, I haven't seen any of the TV show, and I
How
have
can you
read
not watch Game of
the. I've
Thrones?
read up to the fifth book. The books are better than the show. Sorry, it's
Everybody's seen the TV
controversial.
show.
Controversial, but the books are better.
Everybody's seen the TV show. Literally every person in the world except for you.
Because I don't have cable.
I haven't seen it either.
Well, I do hope that Arya makes it to the end. Tyrion is a favorite, of course, but I'd really like the dragons to be the ones at the end. By heroes, by people. Long live the dragons.
You
That's what
know,
I
just
think.
like in our Conquest, the heroes don't matter. It's all about your dragon. Or Mako.
Right.
Wait, who's your favorite hero in game?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I really like Cleo. I mean, I'm a cat lady. I'm a crazy cat lady by trade, so I like that. But who's yours?
Mine? Oh
Mhm.
god. Elena.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was my first skin, and oh my god. Her eyes, you get lost in them, and
Next winner. Next winner is going to be, and forgive me if I don't pronounce this the right way, but
don't worry, I never pronounce anything right.
Raven for Chua.
Would you like
Kua?
to
Chua?
read his question out? Because I see lots of question marks.
Well, it's pretty long. I guess I would say if folks want to read the whole thing, they can go down, scroll down, and read it themselves. But just to take a couple of the highlights from this comment, I'm a big fan of emojis, so I love that. I love the emojis in there. But what I really liked was this person was giving shout outs because they watch your videos and they're able to learn from them and tailor what you teach and apply it to their own style of gaming. And I think that that's really important for folks who are especially new players coming up. They need to have a good role model and folks that they can go to who are the experts, if you will. So I like that this person gave you a shout out. They said, I've been focusing my power on the right or left side a lot. And your videos, where is it? Let's see, your videos really help me. I really develop my heroes and armies from your videos. It helps me to be competitive in the game. And they give you a shout out for being a handsome guy. I can't argue that point either. So
Neither can I.
congratulations, you are also one of the winners for the Linari giveaways. So
Nice.
congratulations,
So
everyone.
I'll get a hold of both of you guys at the end of this video. There will be one more person that wins a $10 thing. That's enough to get Jax. So if you don't have Jax, you can now get Jax. Would you get Jax if you got the $10?
No.
What would you do?
What would I do?
Yeah.
I would go see Dingy and I would spend it all on his dumplings.
Oh, wow, we have a Denji lover. What's your favorite race? And
I
please don't be racist.
like them all. I tolerate and accept all people here. Yes, not just people.
Wait, what about in game? What's your favorite race in the game?
I do like the Racken. I think they're adorable. I mean, who doesn't like the undead? That's just kind of neat. But I also, go people, go heroes. I'm team human being all the way.
Okay, so we got Team Humans, but Rockin' is cute.
Mhm.
If you had to take a guess at, because a lot changes in this game day by day, what do you think is the most popular race right now?
I don't know. Would it be the Sylph? Are they really popular right now?
They are coming up. There's a transition
Hmm.
happening from Rockin' over to Sliff.
Really? Oh, Sliff. Okay.
I have no idea. I say Sliff, but then I get corrected in the comments. It's you say it right.
Sylph. Okay. Yeah. So aren't they? They're elven. They're an elven race. Is that right? Fairies or something?
Yeah, in like
With-
magical creatures
Yeah,
everywhere.
magic. I love it.
Shroom lords.
I'm into it. Not currently, not now, but hypothetically.
We could add on some what is that with like all the kaleidoscope effects and all this. We'll throw that in when talking about the
Some falling leaves.
yes,
Yeah.
the leaves are beautiful. All right, guys, so stick around. I'll cut out and answer some questions. But thank you for our special guest, OGC's very own Nemo.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
We found Nemo.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, guys. So I am back. Going to go through some questions. Will we watch some Clash up there? Hopefully that's not what I said. It's gonna be super weird otherwise. So Zephy Chan said, "Nice tips. Though I don't have that much heroes. I'm human race. So which one do you recommend maxing out first? If you are playing humans, Avalon all the way. Get Avalon to 50. Get Vega to 45 as soon as possible as well. You don't need to get Vega higher than 45. She just needs 45 for the max heal. You have Avalon and then Virion for your swords and Elena for magic resistant cavalry. Elena is super easy to level. Just make sure that you do that skill that will increase the EXP. I think it's ready and willing or something like that. When you add stat cards, or not stat cards, EXP cards, and you have that skill on, you can pretty much double how much experience you're getting. So she doesn't take very long to level. Virion, you want him up there, especially if you plan on doing siege. Donovan Myers said, "Howdy from 1220." Hey, bro. So you 1220, that whole realm. Maybe it's a little bit before that. Maybe it's the realm before that, 1210 to 1218 or 19, whatever it is. I had a friend named Blitz. He was on there at the beginning. I hopped in there when that server first came out. I was only there for a week. He really liked the server until he quit. But anyways, howdy from 1220. Why is Rufio ignored? So Rufio gets a lot of flack. I'll definitely pick on Rufio. He is really good. You need him for all of the stats. Beyond that, I mean, he really doesn't do anything in the realm of PvP. I'm sure that he has some niche use. It used to be that you could use his leap to jump behind and then take out the Lich spiders, but now he can't even do that successfully. So I love him for the stats. This all I got for Rufio. Islam asks, how important is command in PvP when the opponent and I have almost the same power? The other day I fought a guy who had a little better might and stamina, but I won pretty easily, even though he was Castle 32 and I'm 29. And the only stat I won was Command and Magic. So when it comes to how important it is to win Command versus anything else in PvP, if you can win a stat, win it. Winning more stats across the board will help you out. If It sounds like you're still on a pretty new server. If you're late high 20s and they're low 30s for a castle level, at that point in time, the biggest difference that I can remember from being low level on the server was heroes. And especially now, because back when I was doing that, there's no hero research or anything like that. So heroes are just really overpowered now. If you have Jackson, they don't. You're in to win. It doesn't matter if they're up. It doesn't matter if they have 3 or 4 castle levels on you. You're just going to win, assuming your lines don't instantly collapse. Congratulations on that win. There's way more to PvP than just stats. Stats matter. Please don't get that wrong. Stats really do matter. Um, However, placement, dragon, heroes, having proper skills. If that person's hero skills weren't done right, then it doesn't matter. So there's a lot more to it. But anyways, congratulations on your win. Um, so I think the main question is how important is command in PvP? Command used to be a lot more important when people did back when people did ranged units before the meta switched to all melee. But since that's changed, the command's not as important. I remember humans, you'd want to win like might in command. That way, your human archers could just shred everything. But that's changed. So, Gambit CZ asks, my question is how to spread hero leveling. Do you level up all heroes to say 40, 45 first, or do you prioritize Jackson Mako as close to 50 as first? Then start with other heroes. And in that case, um, what order would you put on humans? They're human, they have all heroes besides Gafgar and Nora. So this is a really good question. I should probably do a video on figuring out who to level up. I guess if if you're human and you're planning on staying human for a while, and or indefinitely, then focus on all the human heroes. So generally speaking, this is very general. Um, so take it for what it is. It's not a general speech. You want Mako and Jax to be maxed out no matter what. So if your castle level is 20, and you can only max out a hero at 30, you want Mako and Jax to be at 30. No matter what, as you progress up with castle levels, you want them maxed out. That's the biggest priority. Mako and Jax. Some would argue Fenris. I really think that until you fully get caught up, if needed, you can leave Fenris at 45. I got away with keeping him at 40 for a long time. Um, I was selling myself short with it, but I mean, you can get away with that. But Mako and Jax, no matter what, keep them maxed out. Beyond that, find race specific heroes. So anything that directly affects your race gives massive buffs or is a staple in that race. That's what you're going to prioritize next. Along with the Vega, assuming that you play a race that Vega affects. So pretty much anything that's not Lich with all undeads, then you'll want to do Vega. So for humans, in Cleo also matters. Cleo also only needs 45. So if you're a human, that means Jax, then Mako. Those are your two priorities. No matter what, they should be maxed out. That shouldn't be super hard to do. It's only 2 heroes to keep maxed out. From there, you want Avalon, because Avalon's aura affects all humanoids. You want Virion if you're running swords. And you also want Elena to hit 45. Again, like I said earlier, Elena is pretty easy to level up. Vega to 45 for the max heal. You don't need to go higher with Vega. If you switch it to another race, say Sliff or something like that, then um, same thing, Jax Mako, and then you can pump Sprig and Gan up. So it varies race to race, but general rule of thumb, Mox and Jocko, geez, I can't pronounce anything today. Mako and Jax, no matter what, max out, and then race specific heroes. From there, you go into utility. What falls under utility would be Cleo, Vega, things like that. And then work on tanks afterwards and the other rogues like Sprig and Fenris. Hopefully that helps you out. I should probably do a video on that. Chris asks, how do you spec talk? It depends on your race. If you're rocking, you'll want to max out the ale thing. No matter what on talk, you want the turtle mastery maxed out. That way, you get the turtle buff. That's the whole point of talk. From there, if you have the extra skill points, you can max out whatever you want that's going to benefit him. But the biggest things are the turtle mastery, and then if you are rocking the ale. I have a talk video coming up. It will probably be out sometime in the next week. I'll go through it a little bit more in depth then. Tyler asks, will you be doing a Mako skills video? Yes, I will. It will be coming up. Last week I was sick. Not that that should be an excuse, but I made videos. But then when I watched it back, like my whole face is red. Had like uh, all this area from blowing my nose. So like it wasn't good, and I wasn't as enthusiastic as I'd like to be. So I didn't put anything out for last week. Eric asks, "Hey, can you show some more Sylvian PvP? What's your take on mana worms in PvP?" So if you have been watching, jeez, it's got to be this side. I've been pointing to this side the whole time, so if it's really not this side, I'm going to be so disappointed because I've been wrong this whole time. So hopefully you can see this Sliff be PvP. I'm fighting a lot of other Sliffs. Um, Pretty much Turtle, Dragon, five packs of Huntresses, all your heroes. It's pretty basic. It's pretty standard. What's my take on mana worms in PvP? I think when the new patch comes and hero stats are always all in and you don't need to deploy all heroes, if we see a trend where people are deploying ranged heroes, I think mana worms might have their place in PvP. Maybe. It's going to be tough though because this meta is so. It's going to take a lot for Lilith to change the current meta. I don't even think that this update will change too much. I think people will just run more melee units, get a Noble Blood and Blessed Warsong Dragon, and I mean, what can you do versus that? So Warpath asks, first, have a dragon with 4 purple abilities and Warsong. Should I replace it? Rebirth, Air Blast, Fortitude, Magic Bread. Um, I wouldn't. I would keep the. I don't know how many of those are blessed and whatnot, but 4 purples and Warsong. If you can, if your Warsong is not blessed, but you're saving up infusions to make it blessed, I would stick with that. With the Magic Pred, just like all the other trends that we've seen, we might get stuck on Sliff being number 1 for the next like 2 months, maybe 3 months, something like that. And then Lilith will come out with another change. So going to a very specific race type of dragon like that, unless it's your backup dragon, I don't think it's going to be super beneficial. Warsong, it will always be good. Yeah, I'd keep with the Warsong one. Save the other one, but Warsong is pretty solid. Second, is there a trick for Mind of Mayhem? I delete all my silver, bronze to have better chance. Still, I get players whatever. So, from my understanding, Minds of Mayhem work based off of your core power. It will match you up based on your core. That being said, I still get matched up against people twice my core power. I Yeah, I guess there's a gap there, but it is insane. So if you delete your troops or whatever, that's not going to make a difference when it comes to core power. Core power is things like your total research, your highest research power on date, your highest dragon power on date, your highest hero powers on date. So you can't drop your core power. Once you break a new threshold with core power, you're stuck there. So you're kind of stuck with that. When it comes to losing in stats, that's awesome that you have all divine gear. Now you got to work on flawless. So get the flawless gear that will give you your next edge when it comes to PvP stats and leveling up the heroes that give stats and also hero research that gives stats. Once you're fully done with the mech rogue tree in hero research, then you have a lot of options. I was going to focus on stats for a while under the other three trees, but now that they're upping the troop levels, I think I'm going to work on the general and sage one to buff the troops the most. But yeah, there's many ways to increase your stats. Keep working on them. Research, flawless items, farm honor, craft. You can do it, man. So Monty asks, do you think the new hero will make Sliff OP? Also, have you seen the new levels coming? I have seen it. I've watched all the videos. It's still on a test server, so there could be changes made. It's highly unlikely that there's going to be a lot of changes made before it comes from that server to the main servers. Well, you never know. They might tweak a couple things. Do I think the new hero will make Sliff OP? I think Sliff already is OP. Right now, the way that everything looks is Magic has gotten a lot stronger. As you can see, if you're watching any of these fights, my Blizzard from April is decimating people and heroes. So Magic is a lot stronger if you gear stuff right. So with Sliff, the Huntresses had take 50% less damage from most magic. Add that on with the talk reduction and the laner reduction, etc. Um, I think that's one of the reasons, but also Sliff, the Huntresses are just such good tanks. They're really hard to kill. They have high evade. Beginning of the battle, pretty much for the duration of Warsong, they have extra evade. They're pretty tanky. I think mine have well over 500k HP each. That's quite significant. Um, yeah, so I think Sliff already is OP. So I think having the new hero will just it will make it from do you go rockin' or do you go Sliff to just making it you go Sliff. Jason asks, I've always started PvP with the Cleo Black Hole, Vega Heal, and Jax Spray and Pray. Recently, one of the better players on my server said, spray and pray into Vega, into Fenris, to Cleo is better. What's your take on this? My take is it depends on what items you have, who you're fighting, and the placement. I don't think that there's a one size fits all skill order for PvP. I think that there are way too many variables. Um, as you can tell from watching, I have opened up with either Cleo, April's Blizzard, or Jax for most of these fights. When it comes to a set skill order, I don't like that idea. It's good to have a general idea in your head for what to do, but I don't think it should be locked in. If you have the Sage set, which reduces all of your hero cooldowns for that first one, then Jack Spray and Pray, yes, I would probably do that every single time if, or close to every single time, if I had the Spray and Pray option from Jax. If you're going up against Rockin, you definitely want to open with the Cleo. If you're going up against Sliff, uh, then Jax is good. I don't know why they included Fenris in one of those opening things. So I question that person. Fenris, if there's too many troops out there still, he'll run in circles. If he can't actually run to the back line, because there's so many troops creating like that initial line across the battlefield, then he'll be in his direwolf form, just running in circles behind your own line, pretty much being useless. And while he's like that, he can't summon more wolves. So I don't think having Fenris as your third skill to use before Cleo, I don't think that's a good thing. I think if you have the Sage set from the Dragon, definitely start with Jax and then go from there. Feel it out. If you need to do a Cleo hole, do a Cleo hole. If you can do a heal, whatever it looks like. I really don't think it's a one size fits all. But I also at the same time, it's very confusing why you would do Fenris that early. Unless you fully wipe a side and you can get Fenris in deep and he's in good positioning for that. Um, but yeah. So Chua said, "Thank you for the tips, very useful. I have a question though. What's the best race that Jax will fit in as a strong rogue?" Jax will fit in with every race. He will do fantastic. He synergizes with dwarf, but if he goes in with dwarf, he's kind of spec him so that your mechs can live. He actually won't be as strong of a rogue in with dwarf, but he will keep your mechs alive a lot longer. Otherwise, he's useful for every single race. He's just massive DPS. Coda asks, is Mako better for PvP, and which is the best race? Um, I don't know. Is Mako better for PvP? I don't know what that's in comparison to. Um, is Mako better than Rufio? Is Mako better than a level 1 bronze swordsman pack? I'd probably go with yes. Um, I'm assuming that he's asking, is Mako better than Jax for PvP? Put them both out there. Mako will give you the highest DPS when everything's maxed out. When Jax and Mako are both maxed out, Mako will beat Jax. If they are not maxed out, Jax will beat Mako. And which is the best race? Each race has their own niche in the game, which is really good. So for right now, for PvP, probably between Sliff and Rockin'. Once the new hero comes, Sliff will take that dominantly. Um, Lich is probably the most annoying garrison to beat right now, and send somebody to the capital, but you can do the purge. Lich, you can also clear Void pretty easily. I mean, like the 100 to 120. Just because you can get level 15 troops for right now, so even if you aren't a whale, you can get higher level troops. You can go through that. Human is just good all around. They aren't special at anything, but for Dragon Abyss, you'll want to be human so that the research benefits. Dwarf is good in the void. So yeah, each one kind of has their own little niche. So Maximus, finish great tips. What I'd like to ask, it's all PvP. What stat items should be prioritized for slow since you're playing them? Specifically for mages, should I be putting Hand of Wisdoms on them or Soul Blades? In the South should be Spirit-born Scepters that give more might, or Earthborn that give more stamina. Thank you. Um, and thanks for helping out the community. And anytime, man. It's a community-based game. As much as I love the mechanics and getting lost in trying to figure the game out, I would not play this game if it wasn't for the people I met on it. In fact, the only way that this is possible is because of friends. So check this out. I'll show you guys all this. So see that giant pile of boxes. That's the only reason why this is possible is because OGC's Dupius literally sent me everything so that I can do this channel. From my end, this is a zero budget project. She is the financial overlord, so we got to be good to her. But yeah, so it really is a community thing. Even this channel, although you guys mostly see me for right now, you'll start to see more people popping up, and yeah, it really is a team effort. I think that there's probably 4 to 5 people that spend a lot of time helping out with this. Although I'm lucky enough to be the face of it for right now, just because I have the best looking face. Um, Jeez, that might be an insult to the rest. Anyways, when it comes to stats for PvP, I want to win both might and stamina. Right now, I'm pretty even between the two. I'm just about at getting close to 13. I'm sorry, 2,300 for each. Before I'd try and just win out stamina. If I can only win one stat, it would be stamina. So just straight up, it would be stamina. Um, when it comes to accessories, I do. So I have flawless hand of wisdoms because when I first started, I read something online that said hand of wisdoms will always be useful. So I was like, I don't know what to craft. So this random person said these are always going to be useful. So I have a bunch of them. So I do use them. However, when it's coming to stats specifically, the Soul Blaze will offer you the best bang for your buck. It's what is it, 17 might and 6 stamina. There's 23 useful stats that it gives versus I don't know how much stamina the Hand of Wisdoms that are flawless give. I think it's like 11. So you're talking like double the amount of useful stats. So for accessories, you're if you can, you're better off going all flawless soul blades and then making up for the stamina with your weapons. That will give you the best benefit. I actually did out all the math with Tyrion, and I broke out how much might and how much stamina you'd get based on your setups. I have it all written down. I'll do a separate video just for that one once I'm done with the hero spotlights. I gotta finish those up. I've just been lazy and sick. I'll do a video covering stats and items for stats. But pretty much whatever you need, that's what you put on. For accessories, Soul Blaze will give you the best bang for your buck. And yeah, if I had to pick one stat, I would go with stamina. Your troops right now, especially for Sliff with the Huntresses, they're tanks. They're nothing but tanks. So you want them just to stand out there and absorb damage. Your heroes, for right now in the game, your heroes are going to do most of the damage, if not all of it. So that's why I'd go with stamina. That way your troops live longer. Somebody asked, can you do a video on Belrog and is it are they useful, etc. Belrog is useful. His overall doesn't matter what race you are. Overall will be useful. Um, he is a really good tank. He comes back alive if he builds up his charges. He can do decent damage towards the end of the fight with the Primal Will or whatever it's called. Um, he's not a waste. He would not be one of the first. If I don't have my main heroes maxed out, meaning like if we go back, if I don't have Mox and Mako and Jax along with the race specific heroes maxed out, I would not focus Belrog. But if you do have that maxed out, do that. So this guy asks, we've got some questions for you, bro. Whose picture is that in your gaming profile? Believe it or not, that's actually me. I do work out. I'm not a big guy. I'm not big at all, but I'm very lean. Um, I pretty much live off of a organic version of Atkins diet. My carb intake. This is my carb intake right here. The rest is vegetables and meat, which is why I love my morning coffee. If you guys don't know right now, it's pretty early on Sunday morning. You gotta enjoy my carbs. I'm addicted to it. But that's pretty much all that I get for carbs. So because of that, because I have a very low carb diet, it's hard for me to put on like solid muscle. It's also pretty hard for me to put on fat. It works for me. I don't want to get super huge. I think that long term that's not going to be beneficial to my life, but I do like to be lean. So if you look at my profile picture, I'm not huge in it. I'm just cut. So I rather look cut than just like big and bulky. Um, Next question is how those people uh, get so powerful. I don't know. I don't know. I have theories, but I don't know. I hope you get 400 subs. I'm going to tell my friends to subscribe. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I will have more news. There's going to be some major milestones. Once we hit 5,000, well, okay, I'll share with you guys. Once we hit 5K subscribers, OGC's Dupius is going to get OGC tattooed on her. I have no tattoos, but if we ever hit 10K subscribers, I'll get the OGC brand tattooed on me. No, I'm just gonna delete the channel at 9,999. Somebody asked, thanks for making great videos, mate. If you were a hero, who would it be and why? If I was a hero, jeez. I'd probably want to be Virion. I think if I was a hero, there's way cooler heroes and everything else. I want to be Virion, and I want to be him because he has no problem running to the front of the line. He'll die, but it will take a lot to take him out. He offers a lot of moral advantages for your side. He seems like an honorable fighter, and somebody that you know, like a stand-up guy. So probably Virion. What's the best way to spend Linari on heroes, lucky wheels, or runes and speed ups? Depends on your budget. Heroes, I no, just go with the wait for the chess. That's what I would do. It's very hard. It's easy to say now that I have all of the heroes. I look at my ult and I'm like, oh geez, I'd like to spend like that extra like 30 Linari just to get enough hero tokens to try for another chest. It's easy for me to say that now. So, but if you can get all the heroes for free besides Jax, do that. Save your money. Go take a girl out to dinner or something like that. But yeah, I don't blame you if you use some of it on the heroes. I'm very guilty. Lucky Wheel is good, but it's luck. It's RNG based. It can be worth it, and it might not be worth it. So runes and speed up. So I would my go to is the 30-minute rushes from the shop that cost 50 Linari each. I think those are totally worth it. Since I started playing the game, there hasn't been one shop where I missed those. Even when I was outside of the country, I think that they're huge. Runes, if you can afford it. Great video as always. What should we focus more on while preparing heroes for PvP? Might or Stamina, and why? If it was only between those two and nothing else, I would go with Stamina. And I would go with Stamina because you want your troops to live long enough so so your heroes can do all the damage. If you're playing Rockin', then you want Might because your troops are going to do the damage. That being said, don't sacrifice a ton of points in order to raise one stat up. So what I mean by that is if we go back to the Hand of Wisdom versus the Soul Blade. Hand of Wisdom, as far as useful stats, it will give you call it 11 stamina. Soul Blade will give you 6 stamina and or 3. I gotta look this stuff up. If you guys go to Academy of Conquest, you can see all of this stuff. Basically, the Soul Blade gives more useful stats, more might and stamina overall compared to a Hand of Wisdom. So if you just went with Hand of Wisdoms to boost up stamina, then you're selling yourself short on overall stats, the overall useful stats, might and stamina. So I say focus stamina without selling yourself short. So that doesn't mean go all out, put every piece of equipment out there just solely for solely for stamina. That just means, say, when you get to uh, placing weapons, do you put that weapon that has like 20 something might, or do you add the weapon that has 20 something stamina? You'll probably want to go with the stamina one. Okay, I should really cover this in another video. It's some interesting stuff to think about. Nick asked, my question is, once you're done with all of the hero spotlights, maybe transfer to every race and make a power side lineup for PvP, or just void. Thank you. You're 3 PvP. Oh, jeez. I can't take a compliment, but thank you, man. Um, I am going to do some race-based stuff once I'm done with the hero spotlights. I think OGC Dupius is going to be helping me out with that as well. Laz asked, my question is as follows: who should I max out first, Mako or Fenris? Mako all the way. Fenris, you can skate by without him being max level. Of course, you want him max level, but if you compare a level 40 Mako to a level 50 Mako, there's a significant difference. Once Mako hits like 50 and above, that's when he'll surpass Jax. So I got to give it to Mako if I had to pick. Robin asks, is Mako better than Jax? Yeah, if once you pass level 50 with Mako, assuming that they're geared right, and one's not necessarily better than the other because Jax does have the double charge, which if you watch the Jax video, you can position that so that you can do interesting things with it. Mako's just a DPS monster. He really is. I don't know how else to describe him. If I had to pick between the two, oh man, it's such a tough decision. For so much of the game, Jax has been better. Um, but from here on out, I'm pretty sure Mako's got it. So yeah, it depends on where you're at in the game. Sorry, that's not like a definitive answer, but Mako's probably got the edge. At the end of the day, Mako's got it. But for so long, I mean, even when you hit castle level 40, until you get like higher research, and Jax is just a beast for such a long portion of the games. So Remy asks, what TV series do you watch? If you watch the intro, you can tell I do not watch Game of Thrones. I need to. My friend Tyrion's all over me with it. I don't watch TV. I watch the Bruins. That's it. So I guess I could go back for previous stuff. I watched Breaking Bad. When I don't mean I sat down and I watched it in a week. I mean every Sunday night at 8 on the AMC or whatever channel it came out on. I watched it religiously. I really like that series. I like Jesse a lot. Um, Sword Art Online. I love Sword Art Online. Anything to do with that. The game I was a little disappointed with, but I mean, whatever. Gun Gale Online, Kenshin. I got all my staple animes, and then for other shows, if I do comedy, I'll put The Office on. I really like The Office. So yeah, unfortunately, I don't do too much with TV. Vikings. Vikings is the other show. I love Lagatha and Ragnar. So this person asked, nice tips. My question: why do you keep that mug on the table behind you? I just noticed the mug is in every video. It's not a lucky mug or anything like that. I put it there for a skit and it's sat there ever since. Thank you for the question. And actually, yeah, you got a $10 gift card, dude. I can't say your name. I'll get a hold of you and I'll send that to you. So that's our third winner. Uh, and that's all of the questions for today. So thank you guys for checking in. If the fight's still going on, I'll just exit out and you can watch that. Please subscribe to the channel. That way we can do more giveaways. I think coming up, OGC's Dupius will be doing some multiple giveaways. One for $50, one for $20, one for $10, and I think it might actually be. I don't think I'm supposed to say what it's going to be centered around, but I think it's going to be centered around trivia. Don't tell her I said that. Don't tell her I said that. But Yeah, subscribe to the channel. We have a lot more content coming out. We want to grow as a community of a bunch of people that play centered around good sportsmanship and having fun, enjoying life as it is, and having this not be our life, but be a portion of our life that we enjoy and we can come together. So, yeah, subscribe to the channel, enjoy Clash of Fate, and I'll talk to you guys soon.